What's up YouTube? If you're new here, my name is J.R. Smith and I'm an incoming medical student at the Mayo Clinic. During this quarantine, it can be so easy to fall into a rut. Waking up later than usual, spending more time scrolling through social media, rewatching every season of The Office.
Okay. Could I just have a frosting and baked potato, please?
And before you know it, you're back dragging yourself to bed. But if you're like me, you may have too many obligations and responsibilities to just sit at home and hang out and be lazy all day. And even if you don't want to turn into a sloth. So how can you manage your time when you have so much of it? Well, for me, I think it's important to think back to a time where I had much less time than I do now. But it was a time that forced me to learn some very valuable time management tools and skills. During my senior year of college, I was finishing up my pre-med classes while writing an honors thesis. I was training every day during the week as a member and captain of the track team and traveling almost every weekend to compete. Oh, and most importantly, Madison and I were engaged and planning our wedding. So as you can see, I think it's fair to say I had my hands full and stretched myself a bit too thin maybe during my senior year, but that experience taught me a few critical tools that I still use today that allow me to fulfill all of my responsibilities and get everything done that I need to, while also minimizing the amount of stress that I feel and incorporating breaks and still enjoying my day. The first tip that I have is to start your day building momentum. The more momentum that you have to start your day, the easier it is to kind of coast throughout your day while maintaining a sense of productivity. Not to get too physics nerdy on you guys, but if you think about energy, the more energy that you have stored up, the more work you're going to be able to accomplish with that energy. Or even momentum, the more momentum something has, the more difficult it is to stop it from continuing to do what it's doing. And so when we're starting our day, if we get to a heightened sense of motivation and mental focus and energy, that level is going to be able to coast us throughout the day. Whereas if we kind of start our day in a rut, it's going to be very, very difficult to dig ourselves out of the hole and then actually accomplish any meaningful work throughout the day. And I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, the later that it gets in the day, the more difficult it is for me to find motivation or for me to try to build any momentum to finish the day out with. I usually start my mornings with yoga and caffeine. This helps my mental energy and thus motivation to be productive. Then I go straight to my desk to check my calendar and compile my to-do list. I think doing this on a daily basis is extremely valuable. I see everything I need to get done during the day and add in any new due dates for projects I may be working on. I also make sure to add any other important dates that I can't afford to forget. Starting my day like this every day really helps ensure that I don't forget any important obligations or tasks that I have to complete. And it also helps accomplish the second important tool to managing your time, which is schedule out your day. After I've reviewed my calendar and fully compiled my to-do list, I plan exactly how and when I'm going to complete everything that I need to for that day. When I'm planning my day, I always start with the most important or most urgent task that I have for that day. When I start with the most urgent or important thing on my to-do list, it allows me to give my most motivated self to my most important task. Remember, we just spent the first part of our day developing our mental energy and motivation to be productive. And so when we're at our best, we want to tackle our most urgent or important thing that we have to do. Right away in the morning, I will usually try to crank out 2 to 3 Pomodoro cycles, or about an hour to an hour and a half of work. After this, I usually take an extended break to either eat or just hang out with the family.
Just at my favorite place.
Costco trip. Blaze, we're home.
My break time varies based on how much work I have, but I definitely recommend actually scheduling time for breaks during the day. That means literally writing it out. I found that when I actually schedule time for a break, I don't feel the guilt that's usually associated with stepping away from work. I know sometimes when I don't schedule break time and actually step away from work, my mind isn't actually resting because I'm thinking about the work that I could be doing. But when I actually have a schedule, and a schedule that I've made that's going to facilitate my daily success, I'm able to know in my mind that if I'm doing what my schedule has for me, I'm going to do exactly what I need to do for that day. And so when I get to that break period, I can easily remove myself from my work and allow my mind to rest, knowing that I'm still doing everything that I need to in order to succeed that day. The length of my breaks will vary based on how much work I have, but I found that no matter how long the break is, when you incorporate breaks during your day, you're not only going to enjoy your work more, but you're going to be a lot more productive, a lot more efficient, and the quality of your work will actually be enhanced as well. So actually scheduling time to take breaks not only is going to give you a mental rest, but the quality of your work should also improve. Now, the third and final tip that I have, I found to be crucial in transitioning from your breaks back to work. Schedule a mental recharge partway through your day. For me, this means meditation and usually coffee. But for you, this could mean lunch, exercising, going for a run, calling your best friend, whatever it is that you know will give you just that little energy boost partway through your day. Remember, it's easy to lose motivation as the day progresses, but I've noticed a new surge of determination after a mental recharge that provides a smooth transition back to work. And before I know it, I've knocked out my to-do list, fulfilled all of the responsibilities on my calendar, enjoyed time away from work, and maintained my sanity. With so many of our schedules looking completely different right now, it's that much more important that we don't disregard the management of our day. I hope you can find value in using these 3 tips to create your own productive day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share. New videos every week. Your support really means a lot to me and this channel. But until the next one, keep evolving, and I'll see you guys next time.